Honor service learning is so amazing. It was great. I had the best experience with it that I could have possibly gotten. I really got to go out and do more public speaking, which helped me, and I got to be more involved with the community than ever before. And I just learned all new things about the world and culture and society and how to become a better person in society, which was really amazing.
This class is something that is so special. I think it really gets teenagers out into the community, and that is such a big deal to have active people in your community. It's a lot about civic responsibility that we don't really see a lot of in our age group.
It teaches how to give back and how service is important in all aspects of the world, and just know when and how to give back.
What I learned mostly revolved around like leadership and taking responsibility in the community. It's a unique opportunity to be able to learn about something in the classroom and then take it out into the community. And so I just learned how to bring the leadership skills that we focused on in class into my everyday and also my volunteer service.
Taking this class, we discussed a lot of social issues like in the community and just the world, and I learned a lot about service and that there can necessarily be types of like good service and then other types that aren't exactly helpful in a sense, but it was something that I probably never would have realized, because when you hear about like volunteering or any type of like mission trips necessarily, it's a lot of like, oh, that's so great, but then like once you really look into it more, sometimes you can see that it just leads to more like dependability, and I never really would have learned that if I hadn't taken this course.
I learned that in our own community, there's so much that we can focus on. I always grew up thinking that helping the world needed to be doing something like going out of the country and helping there, but through service learning, I learned that there was so much that we could do in our own community to help.
In this class, learned a lot about issues that I wouldn't normally encounter in classes, like local poverty or local problems with like food deserts, and that just really reshaped my understanding of Wilmington and then other areas as a whole, because there are a lot of issues that you wouldn't really cover unless you took this class.
You learn things that you don't learn in a typical class. I mean, I was here for 4 years. I took pretty much every class you could imagine, and I find myself bored in a lot of them, not motivated, not inspired. And when I was in this class, it was things that really interest me and opened my eyes to so many things that I never really thought about. And I think it's a great class that everyone should be involved in. So many teenagers, maybe want to volunteer, but they don't know how to do it, where to get started. Many organizations don't accept high school kids to volunteer. And our teacher, Ms. Phelps, did a great job of advocating for us and getting us these great opportunities to volunteer at places that, I probably would have never had the nerve to pick up the phone and call the Hemingway Center with Blue Ribbon Commission and be like, hey, can I volunteer at your after school program? I'm only 16 years old, 17 years old. They probably would have been like, sorry, thanks, but no. So it just gives you opportunities that, maybe many kids out there would love to be a part of, but they just don't really know how to do it on their own.
I think it's just a lot of people they're just not aware of like any sort of volunteering opportunity or just places that are in need of volunteers. So it's a good way to get people involved in other areas of the community besides here, and just in general, just getting people out there, because I didn't know that I could volunteer at the WCA or at the YWCA until Ms. Feld said that I could volunteer at the YWCA, among other things.
People want to volunteer, but they don't have time after class, after school, because you're here for so many hours every day.
I'll just say that service learning should be offered everywhere, and it should almost be a requirement for everyone to take it, because it is a way to get into the community during school hours, and that's so helpful with everyone's day-to-day lives. People have sports, after-school jobs, and they just don't have the ability to go out into the world and do that volunteering, and service learning does provide the time to do that.
Because it provides a great outlet for kids to get out in the community easily. It would have been more difficult for me to get a volunteer experience without Ms. Phelps setting it up and having a program where I'm already trusted and they already have roles for me to fill. And it just expedited that. And also, it just really gets you thinking about a broader sense of the community and your role in it.
Honor Service Learning impacted me by helping me learn how important volunteering is, and I plan to continue to volunteer throughout my life at different organizations.
Honor Service Learning impacted me because now I'm still volunteering at the Hemingway Center. I still go with the kids. They just had a field trip. I'm more involved with my community since taking Honor Service Learning.
Well, I'm still volunteering. I'm now a court advocate with the Domestic Violence Shelter, and I'm working on a project with them to standardize a course that we've been teaching in Hanover for the last couple of years.
By volunteering at the Special Olympics, I learned that I don't have to go very far to volunteer. I can volunteer in my own community, and I volunteered like 2 blocks away from the school.
It impacts me a lot. I go to Davidson College now, and I currently volunteer about 11, 12 hours a week at a elementary school. And yeah, I work with kids, tutoring them after they get back from school, and we also help them give them like food bags for their families so they can eat that night. And I've been doing that for the past 2 years, and I absolutely love it. And it's definitely something that I don't think I would have done or felt comfortable doing if I didn't take this class.
It's just really good. Just showed me that I really wanted to be involved in the community and help develop my people skills. Now I'm heavily involved in the Boone area, just volunteering the Blue Ridge Roman and agriculture programs.
Overall, this experience has really widened my views. It makes me want to go out into my community and make a difference. Going to school in Atlanta, and I'm already looking at places to volunteer and where to spend my time there. And I feel like that's something I wouldn't be doing unless I'd taken this class.